Hi friends, so in this video we'll see next concept of Laplace transform. Right. So last video we have seen basic concept of Laplace transform, some elementary Laplace transform. So based on elementary Laplace transform we have solved some examples, and also we have seen one more topic is Laplace transform of periodic function, and also some examples. These topics we have already seen. So one more topic is unit step function, Laplace transform of unit step function, or we call it as a Haviside function. Haviside function. Here I am written unit step function or Haviside function. Usually function, if it is u, that is unit step function. If both are same definition, unit or Haviside function. Okay. Here definition. The unit step function, we are denoting u of t minus a, or Haviside function is h of t minus a. Both are same. Either you can call it as unit step function or Haviside function. Right? Is defined as follows: u of t minus a or h of t minus a equal to, we have one function, we have two functions. If it is function is 0, t is less than equal to a, If it is function is 1, value is 1, t should be a greater than a, where a is a constant. Because we have take any number, a is constant, we have take any number of a, right? Any number constant. Or you can call this as a box function. So you know that. So if we have a graph xy coordinates, this inverted box function, this having a 0 to 1, right? 0 to 1. So this should be a function, right? 0, 1, right? Maybe this also unit step function, right? Now, so based on this unit step function, we have some properties. So what you have learned, properties of Laplace transform. So here also we have some properties, including unit step function. Normal Laplace transform iddaga avu properties ಬೇರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಒಂದು, but concept is same. Again finally we are going to find the Laplace transform of the unit step function, right? Now here, so using these three properties, we have total four properties, right? Using these four properties, we are going to solve some examples. Okay. If we have a unit step function is unit step function. Laplace transform of unit step function is e raised to minus as by s. What is meant by a? A is a constant. Here place a value is other value that is the answer, right? L of e raised to at into f of t equal to that is f of s minus a. Same concept. This is having a unit step function. If it is unit step function of Laplace transform is e raised to minus s by s. Idenantly place a value adi button. That is the answer. Direct not the name. Using this concept, we are going to solve example. That's it. Then second property. Second property says that if multiply by any function, any step function here, either function is multiplied upon L of f of t minus a into u of t minus a equal to, if we have multiply by another function, it should be in this form, e raised to minus as into f of s into f of s ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. f of s nothing but where f of s equal to L of t by definition of Laplace transform again for previous section ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. L of f of t is f of s. So think this e raised to minus as, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು a ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಆಮೇಲೆ f of s ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ using this function, but we know that L of f of t ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, but we need to convert this function in terms of f of t. ಈ function f of t ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, if substitute in place of t, ಇಲ್ಲಿ t minus a ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, substitute t plus a, t plus a, followed t plus in place of t plus a ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ you will get f of t. If you have t plus a ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ now substitute in place of t minus a, then you get the f of t. what ನಮಗೆ f of t ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನೇ ಇರಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ f of t ಬೇಕು, f of t ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಆವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು, ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ while solving example I will explain clearly. See these two properties, when function is continuous, when this function is continuous, we are using these two properties, these two properties. Similarly 3 and 4th properties, these two are the discontinuous properties. Discontinuous function ಆಗಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ ಇವೆರಡು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. See if f of t equal to, here we have discontinuous function f1 of t and f2 of t, two such functions. f1 is in the interval t is less than equal to a, f of 2 is t is greater than a. Then however if we have a discontinuous function, we made it as a continuous function. Continuous function ಬರಬೇಕು using unit step function. f of t equal to f1 of t plus f2 of t into bracket. The first interval f1 of t plus f2 of t minus f1 of t, f2 of t minus f1 of t into u of t minus a into unit step function definition u of t minus a. If you have a like this function, see every time examination unit step function ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ತರ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ discontinuous function ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಎರಡು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಮೂರು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ರೈಟ್. ಮೂರು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟೈತೆ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ರೈಟ್ f of t. So f of t we have to construct using discontinuous function, right, f of t using this function. First function f1 of t plus this minus this minus this into ಇದು ಕಷ್ಟ into u of t minus a, u of t minus a, maybe ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ u of t minus a, yes, clear. See then ಈ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ f of t equal to f1 of t plus bracket this minus this f2 minus f1 into u of t minus a, t minus a. So this is the way. So ಈ ತರ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Similarly ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ನೋಡೋಣ, fourth one. Similarly fourth one, if f of t equal to f1 f2 f3, f1 of t f2 of t and f3 of t, f1 of t is less than equal to a, f2 of t is less than equal to a greater than a, then f3 of t is greater than b. Then same previous property ಏನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. f of t is, so first function ಯಾವ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, f1 of t plus second function minus first function into last interval, first interval a, so t minus a, t minus a, then plus what's third function minus second function, third function minus second function into last function t minus b, t minus ಇರೋದು ಎರಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿ a to b ಐತಿ, 0 to a to b, 0 to a to b. That so this unit step function and another unit step function. In case 4 ಇತ್ತಂತಂದ್ರೆ f1 of t plus f1 of t plus f2 of t minus f1 of t, right, into u of t minus a plus then f3 of t minus f2 of t into u minus u of t minus b plus f4 minus f3 into u of t minus, if you have another interval you can call it as a c, t minus c. This a b c are any constant numbers, ಅದೇ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. Clear? These are the properties. You should remember these four properties, then it is easy, right? Then now you see the how to solve the problems. So we need to see the working procedure to solve some problems, right? Working procedure to solve problems. Now here we have two types. Type 1 directly, if it is a continuous function or polynomial in t ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, right, using properties. Then if you have a discontinuous function, so go for type 2 ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. Now let's see type 1. To find L of f of t, capital F of t into u of t minus a, or this capital F of t nothing but small f of t minus a, small f of t minus a, where capital F of t is a polynomial in t. ಅದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 1. ಈ ಥರ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 1 ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಟಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರೆದು ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಿ ಅದು ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ಬರೆದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್, ರೈಟ್, ಟಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಿ ಇಸ್ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಹಂಗೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಸೇಮ್, ವಾಟೆಡ್ ಬೇಕು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಬೇಕು, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ನೊಟೇಷನ್ capital F of t, that's it. Okay, step 1, let capital F of t is f of t minus a. This implies here in place of t I am substituting t minus a. Yaka? Because we need this is f of t ಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ, f of s ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. So capital in place of t, let t is replaced by t minus a, correct? T minus a, so t plus a, right, replaced by t plus a. If it is t plus a, so plus a minus a get cancelled, we have only t, f of t, right, both sides. So we obtain f of t and find L of f of t. After getting f of t, apply Laplace transform on both sides. So you will get a f of s. L of f of t is f of s. Once you get f of s, now go to step 2. Step 2 is now from the property L of f of capital F of t into u of t minus a equal to L of capital F of t is t minus a, u of t minus a, right? This we know. L of f of t minus a into u of t minus a equal to e raised to minus as into f of s. E raised to minus as into f of s by property 2. By the property 2. ಯಾವುದು ಈ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ರೈಟ್. ಆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಸ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಮುಗಿತು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ. ದೆನ್ ಟೈಪ್ 2. ಟೈಪ್ 2. So given function f of t is discontinuous function. Type 2 ಒಳಗ if given function is discontinuous function. Discontinuous function ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ if you have a discontinuous function, now step 1 is first ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, we need to express related to the discontinuous function in terms of unit step function. ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ discontinuous function na we need to express in terms of unit step function or continuous function. ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ right, by use of property 3 and 4. By use of property 3 and 4 respectively. Third property, if you have only 2 sub-functions, use property 3. If you have 3 sub-functions, use property 4. Similar and so on. So ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಇರ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ. ದೆನ್ ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪೀಸ್ here. Otherwise this one. Okay. Now step last step. So in type 2 in type 2 okay, in type 2 step 2 right. In step 2, after getting f of t ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ, again go for step type 1. Again go for type 1 right. Now follow type 1 steps. Then we get region. That's it, right? So after getting f of t, so we need to follow the type 1 steps, both 1 and 2 steps. Clear? So this is the working procedure, right? So in examination triangular, first we look at the some examples you come to know. Now you see the example, right? Now find the Laplace transform of the function. Find the Laplace transform of the functions. Now here I am considering one example. Now here 3 into t square plus 4t plus 5 into u of t minus 3. Here you have a function. Here we have a function. Now if we apply the Laplace transform of this, Laplace transform of this, so L of 3t square plus 4t plus 5 into u of t minus 3. See here we have a u of t minus a. U of t minus a, in place of a you have 3. In place of a we have 3. So this is equivalently L of f of t minus 3 into u of t minus 3. Right? U of t. So by the properties, L of f of t minus 3 into u of t minus 3. Just I'm exactly using this result. T minus 3 is the 3. So that's why I am writing this is equivalent to f of t minus 3 into u of t minus 3. ಈ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೇ ಬಿ a is 3 ಅಂತಂದಾಗ L of f of t minus a. So ಯಾಕೆ minus 3 ಐತಿ. So f of t minus 3 into u of t minus 3. Right? Using this result. Okay. If you compare this result, these two, in place of f of t minus 3 is, we have a polynomial function. We have a polynomial function. Now have f of t minus 3 equal to 3 into t square plus 4t plus 5 plus 5. Now, so we need f of t. Here we have f of t minus 3 and taken. Right? Here look f of t bekandre. Now put t equal to ಯಾವ value agagati f of t agati t plus 3 agade matra this f of t agade. Now this implies f of t dalle t plus 3 minus 3 ka minus 3 equal to 3 into ಮತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು t plus 3 whole square plus 4 into t plus 3 plus 5. Now f of, so this plus 3 minus 3 get cancelled, only t. So you get f of t. Then t plus 3 whole square is a plus b whole square. 3 into t square plus 9 plus 2 into 3 plus, then split the bracket 4 into t plus 1 plus 5. Finally, again 3t square, right? Here 6t plus 4t is correct. Yes. Now this is 60 into 3 is so 18. Now you can split the bracket, afterwards you can add. So 9 into 3 is 27 plus 6 into 3 is 18 into t plus 4t plus these two is 70. Right? Now 3 into t square. Now add together. So this is 18t plus 4t is 22t plus 27 into 17 is 44. Right? So this is f of t. This is f of t. Now apply the Laplace transform on both sides. Now this implies L of f of t equal to L of 3t square plus 22 into t plus 44. Right? Then L of f of t is f of s equal to L of 3t square is 3 into L of t square is 2 factorial divided by s cube plus 22 into 1 factorial by s square plus 44 into L of 1 is 1 by s. Then right here. Now finally f of s is equal to 2 factorial is 2. 2 into 3 is 6 by s cube plus 22 by s square 44 by this is the f of s. Once you get the f of s, this is not the final answer. So look at here, we are extracting only this f of t minus 3 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿವಿ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಈಗ. Then we have one more result, u of t minus 3, u of t minus 3. So now if I take together that result, so which is equals to, shall I write here or next page? Okay, then I write here. Yes, if you don't get, you have to ask something. Okay, nice. So next here. Okay. Then here we have, now we have certain properties. We have from the property. So L of f of t minus 3 into u of t minus 3, which is equal to e raised to minus, or you can write e, right? This e. Okay. Then e raised to minus a is into f of s. So this implies, so our actual result is f of t minus 3 into u of t minus 3, which is equal to, in place of a is 3, e raised to minus 3 s, e raised to minus 3s into, what is f of s? So what do you get f of s? That is into 6 by x cube plus 22 by s square plus 44 by s. So which is the result? So which is the required result? This is the way to find the L of a unit step function, Laplace transform of unit step function. Clear? Right? So one thing you can ask the question. See, so why we need to transform by unit step function? ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ? Right? We know that simple function we have many results. So ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, in that function, original Laplace transform function, we have the integration from 0 to infinity. You will get the information about the interval 0 to infinity. But what about negative integers 0 to minus infinity? ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಅಂಥ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ರೈಟ್, ಈವನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಡಿಸ್ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಟ್ರಬಲ್ ಐತೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ we are using this type of transform, unit step function or Haviside function. Clear? So this is the main concept of Haviside function. Similarly, we look at one more example. Right. Second one. So 1 minus e raised to 2 into t into u of t plus 1, u of t plus 1. So here also we have, but every function we know that u of t minus a, f of t minus a into u of t minus a, right? Not only t minus a, sometimes f of t plus a into u of t plus a. So ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, e raised to minus a is plus a as ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, plus a is into f of s. So we know that by property 2, L of f of t minus a into u of t minus a into e raised to minus a into f of x. Right? If it is plus, so this is also plus e raised to plus as divided by f into f of x. This formula we are using here. Right? So last example was minus 1. Minus 3 minus 1. Plus plus. Okay. Nice. Again same procedure. And this is for type 1. This is for type 1. Anyway, function is continuous. Whole time it is continuous. Right? So now solution. Right? So L of 1 minus 2t into plus 2t into 2 of t plus 1, which is equal to L of f of t plus 1. So later into u of t plus 1. Right? Now let f of t plus 1 equal to 1 minus e raised to 2t. Right? This is equal to, by the property 2, we know that e raised to 1 into 1 e raised to s into f of s. F of s ಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ again we need to go for original Laplace transform definition. So original Laplace transform definition is L of f of t equal to f of s. But ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ f of t plus a ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ. f of t plus a ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ. So using f of t plus a, we need to convert f of t. So f of t ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ f of t ಆಗತ್ತದ. ಇದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. If you t minus 1 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು f of t ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Right? So this implies put t equal to, here t plus 1 है, then t minus 1. Opposite side. If replace t plus 1 here, this implies t minus 1 plus 1 equal to 1 minus t raised to 2 into t plus 1. So t minus 1. So this minus 1 plus 1 get cancelled. Now f of t equal to 1 minus here 2t minus 2. So e raised to minus 2 into e raised to 2. Constant e raised to 2t into e raised to minus 2 into e raised to 2t. Right? Here and here e raised to 2t minus 2 also. So this is from the logarithmic function. Exponential. A raised to m into a raised to n is, right, all the formula. E raised to 2t into e raised to minus 2. Right? E raised to m into e raised to minus yeah, it is equal to a raised to m minus 10. E constant is minus 10. Right? That's the conversion here. Right? Then apply the Laplace transform. L of f of t equal to L of 1 is minus, anyway e raised to minus 2t constant, L of e raised to 2t. L of e raised to 2 into t. Then next is L of f of t is f of s, which is equal to L of 1 is 1 by s minus e raised to minus 2 constant L of e raised to 2t. We know that e raised to 8 is L of e raised to 8 is 1 by s minus 8. Other constable model. So this is 1 by s minus 2. Right? 1 by s minus 2. Now which is equal to 1 by s minus e raised to minus 2 by s minus 2. So this is f of s. ಈ ಬಂದಂತ f of s ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು substitute here in this result. Now that is the final answer. That is the final answer. Right? And thus, or we have, or we get L of 1 minus e raised to 2t into u of t plus 1 equals to e raised to s into f of s is this 1 by s minus e raised to minus 2 by s minus 2, which is the required solution of a given example. Right? So this is the answer.